Hey there.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, what a goofy morning, huh?
Oh, you look all fancy.
What?
You look all fancy now.
I do? Yeah, I was still in my PJs earlier.
Why was it a goofy morning?
Well, um, just I hadn't picked up email since Saturday, sometime on Saturday. And so I was scrambling to go get through the 1,200 emails I had. I didn't have 1,200, but you know
Do you
the
have any cookbook emails?
Actually, no. I had all
No?
those before the holidays, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think the cookbook was a huge success. And by the way, if anybody wants the link to it, it's I posted it up. I don't think I put it on my personal page. I think I put it up on my MNAC team business page. I put the link to the cookbook, and it's a breathing, living document, as Wes likes to say. So it will be constantly being upgraded and
I didn't say breathing, just FYI.
a living, breathing document. But so we'll be adding new recipes, and I'm actually looking for a homemade eggnog recipe for the Christmas edition, or I guess I should say the holiday, the December solstice edition, holiday edition. There's so many different holidays now. You can't say Christmas, right?
Well, you can say it.
You can say it, but yeah, we just got out of the Thanksgiving holiday, and of course that's not even politically correct now, right? You're not even supposed to call it Thanksgiving, I guess. But
Says who?
well, it's well, I don't know. I thought
You just assumed
kind
you
of
just
thing
assumed it was
about
politically incorrect like everything else.
not politically. I mean, it's supposed to be I mean, according to the indigenous First Nation people, it marks the advent of Eastern European or the European culture taking over. And I don't know, what's the word? Come on, what are the words I want here, Wes? Help me out.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Anyway, did you have a
I
good
think it was
holiday?
absolutely fine to get together and with your family and give thanks. So I'm
Right,
okay
yeah.
with that.
Well, I don't think anybody could dispute that, right?
Right.
But so what did you have for Thanksgiving? You said you had a dozen people.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
I bought the turkey and ham from Whole Foods, and then I cooked everything else.
Oh,
But stuffing and mashed potatoes,
well, wait
and
a minute. I thought Roger was hosting it.
he doesn't cook.
Oh, God forbid.
Yeah.
What do you mean he doesn't cook? How can he host Thanksgiving and not cook?
You supply the table.
So you supplied all the food?
Yeah.
Well, that was mighty generous of you.
Oh, it's mostly my family.
Well, yeah, you should have gotten were you downtown all weekend, or were
He
you up?
did a lot. He did a lot, and he had to scramble and borrow extra tables and chairs from different neighbors and from his ex-wife, and about all the like stuff to decorate. And I mean, I had a lot of stuff that I took up there, but yeah, he had to get extra plates and silverware. I mean, he's never done this. Plus, been on his own for a while and doesn't have any of the,
The
the stuff he had
accoutrement that you
with his
need to
family.
entertain.
Yeah, so there was a lot for him to do.
So this isn't something you do every year?
Not really, because I used to go home, but I haven't done that in several years. And before COVID, I was doing like a small Thanksgiving here, but with like Roger and Donnie, and that's it. Like, so there was like 4 or 5 of us. But I never had my family in for Thanksgiving. My family was in for Thanksgiving like maybe 8 or 9 years ago when we went out. My apartment just isn't set up for that. And if we do it up at the house, it's like no fun for anybody because we're too far away from the city for them to, when they come in all the way from Oklahoma to come to Chicago. They don't want to sit up in the woods, so they can do that at home.
Right, true, true.
So, but my apartment's not really set up for hosting a big group like that. So, when we did the small one here, we would just do it in the club room, actually in the business center.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought that your building had like a room that you could use. That.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not the same as being at somebody's home, and he's got plenty
Although
of
you're on the same floor, so you could just bring it in, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's easy for you. You're not riding elevators. You just haul it over from your apartment to the room, right?
Yeah, we usually just borrow a cart and roll it down there, but we would use that conference room, like a dining room.
I would have thought that hauling everything to somebody else's kitchen would be a big pain.
Yeah, it just took a few minutes.
I mean, particularly since
I stack it all
you're-
in carriers, and yeah, it took me and Stump and Roger one trip up the stairs carrying everything, so it was okay. Yeah.
and you had all of your other food pre-cooked and they just had to be heated up like that. You didn't cook it there?
I had it all prepped. Some of it was pre-cooked, some of it I got there like 3 hours early, because even with the turkey and ham, it needed to be heated up and all that. So, but I finished off
Oh,
like
the turkey was already,
Brussels sprouts and
the
yeah,
turkey was already cooked, you're saying?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
and the ham. So they just had to be heated up, but I basically had to heat up or finish off, stuff
Mhm.
there for 2 or 3 hours before everybody got there.
Did Whole Foods cook the meat?
I don't know where they get it,
No,
actually.
but I mean, they was it cooked, they cooked it though. You didn't cook it yourself.
It was cooked when we picked it up. Yeah, Roger picked it up at the Northbrook location that morning.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's just cold. You just have to.
Right. Yeah, we used to do that with my mom. We would order the Thanksgiving dinner from the grocery store and then just go pick it up. And it was still a lot of work though. Even though
Yeah.
everything was kind of pre-cooked, you still had to heat it all up and it was still a lot of work.
Yeah, and I got a few pies from them, and then we brought another pie, and I got some rolls from them, and then I brought some too. But yeah, I cooked a lot though, and it turned out pretty good, I think. Yeah.
Good. We actually ended up just making a ham. Bob found ham on sale the week before. We're not big on turkey, and so we made the ham, and I had never done this. I got out one of my, when back in the day, when dark ages, when I got married, one of the things to give a new bride was a cookbook. I don't know what they
The
give.
joy of cooking.
Yeah, we got the joy of cooking, but honestly, I made several things out of that cookbook, and I didn't like any of them. I
Mm.
ended up getting rid of it.
What was the other big one? Better Homes and Gardens. That was the other really big.
Better Homes and Gardens, Betty Crocker I have.
Yeah.
The red one, is that good?
The
No.
red and white checkered one.
Huh?
Red and white checkered one.
I
I think that was Better Homes and Gardens, but I'm
No,
not sure.
I got Good Housekeeping, not Better Homes and Gardens, Good Housekeeping. Anyway, so I pulled out one of those, and it tells you how to put the cloves in, because Bob's mom always used to put the pineapple slices.
Pour it and put the cloves in yeah.
And I had never done that before, and I have to say it was quite delicious. And you cook them with the cloves. I didn't think it would flavor the meat as much as it did.
It does.
And
Yeah.
Carl said, maybe next time you should dial back on the
I was
cloves.
gonna say it's cloves it a lot. Yeah. You have to my grandmother, and I guess it's somewhat of a common thing, but my grandmother in Mississippi, the one that was like the real cook, who just cooked all day, every day for not only for my extended family down there and for like the workers, like my grandfather's workers and all that, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But she did the cloves, but she cooked ham in Coke and Coca-Cola.
Huh.
Yeah, and it was poured on.
Yeah.
And she says it pulls some of the salt out of the cured pork, but then it also flavors flavors it. I have a cousin now, unrelated to that side of the family,
I wonder
that,
how that would work. You mean you just pour it over like a glaze? You mean like that?
yeah, well, she pours it over, but then it's wrapped up in foil, so it's kind of cooking into it.
Like one of those bags, like you get.
No, it was, she used foil and just wrapped it in foil. I mean, I'm sure it was sitting in a, sitting in a pan, but
Right,
she
right.
poured it over the ham as the foil was already kind of wrapped up around it, and then she would pour the Coke over it and then, close the foil up on it.
Hmm.
But my cousin cooks like I don't know if he does pork shoulder or a ham, but they do it in the crock pot for hours in Coke. And it's almost like shredded, it's more like shredded meat though.
Yeah,
It
because it
falls
falls
apart,
apart. Mhm.
but they cook it like slow cook it in Coke.
Huh. Your cousin does this?
Yeah, but it's on the other side of the family, but yeah.
Huh. And what does it do? It pulls the salt out and sweetens the meat.
Well, I mean, it's a flavoring. So basically you can imagine it's that kind of caramelly,
Hmm.
how Coke is kind of like kind of clovey, and it's got all
Yeah.
those notes in it, all those flavor notes in it. So
It's been so long since I've had any Coke. I couldn't tell you.
yeah,
It's probably been 10 years or more, but
yeah, but you know what cola tastes like.
yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, actually,
Basically all those seasonings, all those flavorings.
right. I actually got inspired when we closed up Randy's house. He had Julia Child's first cookbook, the art mastering the art of French cooking, and I decided I wanted that cookbook, so I brought it home, and I've never opened it, but because of all of this work project we're doing with the cookbook and everything, I decided to pull it out this weekend, and she has, it's an amazing book. It's like some almost 700 pages, and she goes into very elaborate instructions on how to do stuff. But
Yeah, I used to use the Way to Cook, her cookbook that came later, called The Way to Cook, and she had what she called the master recipes in it
yes,
that were, the
right.
how to
The
use
kind of the fundamental stuff,
yeah,
and then
right,
all of the, yeah,
yeah,
and you have to read all that, and then you learn how to do the rest of it. So yeah, it's really it's quite an encyclopedia. But I
I
was
did
looking
that
up.
when I was like in junior high. That was I was cooking. I was cooking from the time I was young, but I was into the Way to Cook and master recipes and all that when I was like seventh, eighth, ninth grade.
Oh, wow. Good for you. See, you missed your calling. You should have been another Charlie Trotter.
My,
Speaking of,
my nephew asked me at the hall, he was like, where did you learn? He was in the kitchen with me and he was like, where did you learn to cook? And I was like, I just did it. I don't know.
right. Well, you read Julia Child's book. That's where you learned it.
I was already cooking by then. That was like, I was, learning the master recipes at that point, but yeah.
But that was the other thing. There's a new documentary out about Charlie Trotter.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon Prime. We actually ended up renting it. It's $5 to rent it. If you already have a Prime subscription, and who doesn't, but
You, I guess.
what?
You, I guess.
No,
Oh,
we
it's $5 if
we
you
have a
have
Prime
Prime.
subscription, but if you have a Prime subscription, it's still like $5 to
Oh,
rent
okay.
it. So we rented it because it actually quite a lovely
Tribute.
tribute to him. That's called Love Charlie. But I mean, he kind of started out the same way you did. He just kind of started cooking. He was a student at Madison, a college student, and just kind of got into it, and it became something he obviously loved to do. And
Well, I used to, when we were young, so my mom worked at my dad's physical therapy clinic. And so they both went to the same place, but they went because of the clinic hours. They kind of went, and they were still in bed when my sister and I got up to get ready to go to school.
mhm,
And then they worked, later into the evening.
mhm.
And so I started, I don't know, from the time I was like, I don't know, second, third, fourth grade, whatever, was would make breakfast for my sister and I would get up and start breakfast while she would, was still in bed, but then eventually get ready. And I, was doing stuff that I knew like my grandmother did. I was making biscuits from scratch. I was, making
Wow.
pancakes, or what we call German pancakes that you made in the oven in the pie pan, that where they
Oh, right. Sure.
pull
They
up,
could.
put
Oh my
fruit in them and
goodness.
stuff. And
Wow, what a lucky sister. What lucky parents to have you for a kid to cook everything.
sometimes we did fried biscuits. Have you ever had fried biscuits?
No.
They're like donuts, but you use biscuit dough, and you fry them on either side, and they puff up. You pour syrup on them.
Oh,
Almost like
that
a
would be like a
beignet.
donut. Yeah, that would be like a donut.
Yeah, it's kind of like a beignet or something.
Very healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we were swimming, 2 hours a day, every day at that time. So
Did you get lunch at the school though?
yeah.
You didn't carry lunch?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody did, really. Nobody did. Yeah.
Really?
Mm. But you had options at lunch too. It wasn't just the cafeteria food. You had different. You could go to the salad bar. You could go to the burger bar. You could go to like the deli. You could go, yeah. And then
Wow.
the plate lunches. So it's not like
Great
you
school.
had to eat the. Yeah, my school, kindergarten through 12th grade, was all on a campus, and then the cafeteria and all of that were common. So you could, so yeah, at any age you could have that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Huh.
nobody really brought their lunch, because there was whatever you wanted,
Right.
for lunch.
Well, I remember when Carl started high school, and you know how it is with high school kids, and he was very upset because the student meals were they just had, they didn't have a choice. It's whatever the menu was.
Mhm.
But and he wasn't happy with it because there was a lot of, I mean, we just ate better than that,
Yeah,
and
right.
he wasn't happy about it. So I went down one day to talk to the cafeteria supervisor. And of course, this was back in the 90s, I guess. And the government allows them to consider French fries a vegetable, for example.
They still do. Yeah,
Things like that.
yeah.
It's probably changed since then, but back in the 90s, French fries were considered a
No,
vegetable.
it's still that way, because I've seen documentaries about it. Depends on the state, but pretty much anywhere. And chocolate milk is considered like a health food.
Right, I know, right? I mean, unbelievable, right? So I would have thought with Michelle Obama's work that a lot of that would have changed, but maybe not. I guess change is hard to come by, right? But anyway, she said to me, she said, well, if he doesn't want to go through the student lunch line, he can always go through the faculty lunch line. I'm like, yeah, that's happening. A high school kid, like, I'm going to go over here to the faculty lunch line and get my lunch.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was a lost cause. But I think he adapted. He's managed to survive it.
All right, well, let us know if you want the link to the cookbooks. Mary's got one and I've got one.
Yep, we each have separate cookbooks. So yeah, reach out to us. We'll be happy to share the link with you. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, and we will pick this up again next week.
Have a good week.